Pure Country WAFC on the phone with a dear friend of the morning show. She is a traveler of sorts. Andrea Walker. Andrea, how are you, young lady?
Good afternoon. Doing good. Just got back from kind of a sabbatical. We went to Mount Everest.
Did you climb it? How'd you do? Did you get all the way?
We did a 4-day pilgrimage to base camp, and I'm happy to be back where there's oxygen and we're at sea level.
Yes, I'm happy to be back from upstate New York. I was up there for almost 10 days. So
Nice.
I'm glad to be back where it's warmer. The high temperature while we were there was right around 75 to 80 degrees. One day it got to about 87, and they had a heat index warning. They wanted everyone to stay hydrated and in the AC, and I'm like, man, these people would never survive in South Florida.
No, we just got a heat advisory here. It's going to feel like it's 110 today.
Yes. All right, so describe to me who the SBDC is.
Sure. So the SBDC is known as the Best Kept Secret. We are a federally funded program, and we provide business technical assistance in the form of consulting to entrepreneurs and wantrepreneurs. Most people are pretty familiar with what the SBA, the Small Business Administration, is. When you need a loan, you usually think SBA, and they are our primary funding agency. We are also written in Florida state statute.
All right. What does the SBC do?
So the primary function of the SBDC is to provide one-on-one, no-cost, confidential consulting to anyone wanting to start or sell a business and everything in between. There's no catch. It's always no cost. We do trainings like workshops throughout our region, so those are fun. One is coming up in Glades early July, and it's free. And we do outreach.
All right, as business advisors helping the entrepreneurs in the community, what are some of the trends this time of year?
As you know, hurricane season is officially here, sadly. From June 1st through November 30th, naturally, most of our disaster consulting revolves around disaster recovery, but more preemptively, disaster preparedness. Other natural disasters could include freezes, and that affects our farms and our ag out there. Floods, fires, anything that disrupts business on a large scale can be claimed as a disaster, and it's truly all about disaster preparedness.
All right. Can you explain what disastrous preparedness means to business owners that can be affected by disasters like the hurricanes, tornadoes, things we all seen? Well, we seen tornadoes last year or the year before, but can you go in depth about that?
Sure, and it's a super valuable question. There are at least 2 things that you can do easily at the beginning of hurricane season to best position your business to be able to withstand something like a hurricane or a tornado. And you're right, those do happen. So one being insurance policies. Combing through your business insurance policy for a line item that is called something like business interruption insurance. This would be beneficial for costs like payroll or relocation expenses in the event of a disaster. And also, boringly enough, record keeping. If you have all of your important information in printed format only, it would be wise to consider transitioning those into a digital format now and saved on some type of cloud for 2 vital reasons. Safekeeping, and also, if you apply for a disaster loan, it's way more efficient to be able to email those corporate tax returns and important documentations that the loan application is requesting.
Kind of similar to what happened during COVID, correct? Where, I mean, you had
100%.
You had to have everything in documentation, because if you didn't, and do you see still businesses who don't have stuff on paper or don't have stuff backed up to the cloud or flash drives or whatever that is, or is that starting to go away?
No, a lot of people are kind of stuck in If it's not on paper, it's not real. It's best to have two forms. You need to have your documents in paper form in case you have to walk into a bank and you can hand them a piece of paper if that makes you feel good. And secondly, you need to have a digital file because some files are just too darn long, too many pages. So it's best to have both, but we definitely see a shift in the digitization world, but there's a little too much only paper trail going on.
All right, I got 2 or 3 more questions for you, then I'm going to wrap it up. I do want to get with you before, if possible, to do another phone interview about the July 8th event over here in Glades County. I think that's super important.
Mm-hmm.
But after disaster happens, what is your role? What's the SBDC's role in disaster recovery?
Well, living in paradise certainly comes with a slew of natural disasters. Typically, to recover from a disaster, businesses need one thing: secure capital resources in the form of disaster loans. This is when our team pauses our normal day-to-day activities, which is meeting with clients and doing consulting, and we're basically shifting to a capital access support team only. So we basically assist business owners going through the application process one-on-one. It cannot be understated that the disaster recovery support services is very rewarding, but it's also extremely emotional for our consultant team because we do live here too.
Very, very true. How does the SBDC support business owners in accessing capital? And then the other question to piggyback off of that, what would you encourage the business community to do today, right here and now, not wait till Monday or Tuesday, to prepare for a disaster?
Great questions. So typically when a strong storm hits our region, like a hurricane, most businesses experience some level of physical damage. And if you're closed for an extended period of time, now you're suffering economic damage. So if the state of Florida activates the Florida Bridge Loan, usually up to $50,000 to bridge the gap between disaster and insurance proceeds, the question now is, how is that business owner supposed to apply for the loan when there's no power, no internet? It becomes a first-come, first-served program, and the race is on. So what we do at the SBDC, we deploy mobile assistance centers, which are basically massive RVs. These are equipped with generator, AC, power, secured internet. We usually have some water and some snacks. And it provides us the mobile ability to pop up when areas are hit hard, especially during hurricanes. So, and that goes for any type of loan, Florida Bridge loan and or an SBA disaster loan. They just have to be activated from the state level and the federal level. And what would I do to encourage a business community to do today? Not wait for next week. 2 things. You need to follow the SBDC at FGCU Facebook page. We usually have really close information to impending storms because we follow it like hawks. And then we usually are able to figure out where the storm is going to hit so we can tell you guys where these mobile assistance centers are probably going to be popping up. That way you don't have to rely on guessing if we're at this bank or if we're at this chamber parking lot. Secondly, do sign up for that free business model workshop on July 8th at 10 a.m. in Glades County EDC, because I will have a disaster handout with 10 tips on one piece of paper. And most of it we've covered today, but there are definitely a few other considerations.
All right. We've been speaking with Andrea. Well, I changed your name yet again. Andrea.
That's okay. They both start and end with an A.
That's right. That means you are right 100% of the time. Andrea Walker, thank you very much for joining me. What is your official title there at the SBDC?
I'm a business consultant too, and this October I will be celebrating, I think, 9 years as a consultant for the SBDC at FGCU.
You have been there You've been there so long you don't even know how many years you've been there.
I don't. I love my job. You get to help. No day is the same. And I work with the craziest business ideas. And after a few years, these people are making the money that they've wanted to their whole lives. So it's a really, really cool resource for business owners. And like I said in the beginning, we're just too good of a secret. So tell your friends, tell your families, anyone that wants to jump ship from being an employee to an employer, we are here to help at no cost.
All right. Again, how can they get a hold of you?
I probably shouldn't do this, but they can email me, A as in Andrea, Walker, Walker, at FGCU, like Florida Gulf Coast University.edu.
All right. Perfect. Perfect. And I don't know why you shouldn't give out that information. It's just to help people. That's all you're doing is helping people.
At no cost. The only skin in the game that we have is make sure that you tell all your friends that we can help. We are your tax dollars hard at work.
All right, Andrea, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure. Wish we could have had you in the studio this time, but that was not the case. You were a busy, busy lady just getting back from vacation and hiking Mount Everest, as you said. I give you kudos. Yeah. I hiked up a hill in Gettysburg while we were there, and that was all I could do. I looked at my wife and said, "Go get me the car." She was
That's
like,
right.
She was like, no, walk back down. I said, "Yes, dear." Andrea, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next time you come to town.
All right. Thank you so much, Craig.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Cheers.